multiple times because good dub actors get booked repeatedly? Well, yeah, true.
Is that any better? Yeah.
It's still on constantly. Like I still hear like a.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's like your mic's like constantly on. It's like, do you have a fan on or something?
Okay, we'll test that out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay, yeah, it's really weird.
A little bit quiet, but I can crank you up. Burn one of those invisible boys. Yeah, you guys are sitting there. You see that? You see what we're looking at, dude? Those are you guys. You guys are watching, right there. That's you guys. You're invisible. Look. Look. Oh, look, guys, clap in the chat. Look at this. Oh. See, they're invisible. Come on, give me a thumbs up. There you go. They're invisible.
Sweet.
Anyway, before we begin, I just want to show you. So, if I'm ever like moving my right hand, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, this is all the camera controls. So that little thing there is the camera, and that's what the stream sees. So when I click this button,
Okay, cool.
it goes on me, goes on you, goes on wide angle, and then goes to the 50 million people watching in the audience.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a million people, but they're just invisible. I told them to use invisible avatars or they can get kicked, you know?
Right.
Exactly. Anyway, are you all ready to go, my dude?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, let me test something here. Let me see. Okay, you're getting the angle. Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes people have big avatars and small avatars, and sometimes you can't see them.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll start it off here. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my talk show. I'm your host, That One Rebel, and this is my talk show, Late Night of Rebel, and we have our guest here, Thrill. Welcome.
Hi there.
So,
Nice to see everybody.
Yeah, of course. So, to start off, my man, like, how would you best describe yourself? If people didn't know who you
Best
were.
describe myself.
Yeah.
I make VR YouTube stuff, and you know, I'm just in VR chat, for example, all the time. Yeah, just a VR enthusiast, all in all.
Yeah, I did my homework. I watched some of those videos. You said that, like, on Twitter recently that VR is the future, you know, at least in 2020 is what you think is, because like a lot of the headsets are being sold, the Oculus Quest, the Oculus Rift S, the Vive, the Valve Index are all sold out, they're backlogged. So
Right. Yeah, totally. I mean, you look at it, like since the Oculus Quest launch, I don't think that we've seen a headset or like any headset really just completely sell out. So it's incredible looking at it from the outside point of view of like, oh, well, the Index is sold out. The Rift S just came back in stock, but it was sold out at one point. Quest is sold out. So we're seeing like headsets actually being sold. And there was kind of a lot writing on this Christmas for that, exactly. So it's really cool seeing all of this come together.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring you on for, because you're more of an enthusiast, and I wanted to get a broader understanding of everything. But yeah, I think 2020 will be a big year for VR. I've heard that the newer headsets, like the version 2 or Gen 2, are going to come out until 2021 or 2022. So I think 2020 is when more games, maybe AAA titles, start building something. I don't know. Maybe the thing is, though, to build a game, they would have to start like now or like 1 or 2 years ago. And the only one that's really is like Half-Life Alyx. So
exactly. Yeah. Well, like this year we had Stormland, Boneworks, Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
Trying to think of any other big ones. You know, there was a few other ones. Like we also got I can't think of it. But yeah, we got a few big releases this year, and then next year we've of course got like Lone Echo 2. Half-Life. There's a few other ones too, but yeah, software is a big deal, and we're kind of getting to that point now where we have a decent catalog of games that somebody new coming into VR, they're gonna be good for a while, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
I understand.
yeah, and software that actually sells hardware. That's the important part, which enter Half-Life Alex, right?
Exactly, because everyone's gonna buy a an Index. I mean, that's my current goal is for my stream, and I'm like $50 away. So I'm like literally,
Oh, no way.
yeah. So I'm really close. I've been at it for like a couple months now, since like October, and I'm like $50 away or whatever, and then I can order it. But obviously, I can't get one until like February 2020. So
Right, yeah. Even the people that bought indexes, they can't even order one until 2020 right now, or
Exactly.
they're not even getting theirs until 2020. But still,
yeah, because I have my Oculus Rift, not the S, I have like the original one for like almost 2 years now.
Mhm.
It's falling apart. So I was just
Oh,
like,
nice.
so it's like, I could buy a Vive, and I was just like, what if I buy an Index and get full body, which I never had full body.
Right, just go all out.
Yeah, go all out. So I'm playing VR chat for 2 years now, so thought, might as well
Yeah,
get to the next
I
level.
feel you
Like
there.
I was just like, everyone's in full body, everyone's dancing and whatever, and I'm just like, bro, I still got like this poopy Oculus Rift, dude. Like, come on, man. Where's my next level?
Right.
So,
There's something that I always kind of say too. I've said like multiple times in stream and in like videos is that as long as you're in VR, that's kind of all that matters, because it's really easy for people to, I guess, gatekeep in VR. It's like, oh, you have Windows Mixed Reality, or you have an Oculus Rift.
oh, you have a
or,
Quest,
oh,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's really easy to gatekeep with VR related stuff, and so I always try and push like an idea of, dude, if you're in VR, like you're already in, like you're in the family,
Yeah.
because this community is way too small for us to be attacking people because of the headset that they chose or that they could afford. Some people can't afford to buy an Index. You have a Rift from 2 years ago, then rock with it.
True. I get what you're saying.
But
There's some elitists out there. I mean that, and how if you use a Quest, you can't like access like 99% of this game. You're just like very closed off. So like I do feel bad for
which
any like
I understand
Quest
the
users.
Quest stuff. Yeah, I understand the Quest stuff in VR chat, for sure. With Quest Link, hopefully more people have been open to actual VR chat, because it's kind of like a small fraction of what VR chat actually is from the Quest lines,
Yeah.
at least.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the Quest is a good headset. I don't think really for VR chat, but every other game it's fine.
Right, exactly.
I think VR chat is just sort of like, just rushed just to make money, just like get it in, just get it integrated. And that was it.
Right.
So, I mean, they talked about like maybe Quest users be able to see PC users, or like a downgrade of yourself. I don't know. If you're using you know what I mean, like an avatar like mine, can't see it.
Yeah, so I actually ran into the VR chat devs at OC, and one of our conversations was kind of like, I don't know if this is ever going to happen, but having a secondary avatar. So having your main avatar, because it's all local versus global stuff.
Yeah.
Having your main avatar as whatever you have your typical avatar as, then also having a secondary avatar that is your Quest compatible avatar,
Yeah.
where people don't see a floating robot anymore, because that default avatar isn't fun to like look at. It's it's kind of a pain. But that was my one suggestion, but it's probably never gonna happen. There's probably a lot of technicality behind it that I don't understand. I'm no dev.
I mean,
I just make videos about VR.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm not a dev either, but I think the understanding is just like because this game is not the most optimized game, and when you have like so many polys and effects and all this crap running on like, just all built into the Quest, and the Quest doesn't have because it's running on a computer or on a phone, like components.
Right.
So like
Old phone components too.
either it'll like burn out, or like it'll just like destroy the Oculus Quest. So that's why they had to like have hard restrictions on, unless you want to like burn it. burn your head or something.
Right.
Run too hard. So
Quest start fire. It's like a, what was it, Galaxy S or Note 4, Note 3? I don't know which note it was, but just Quest blowing up on people's faces.
yeah, exactly. So they didn't want to have that. I don't think anyone would, because like for other games, like non-multiplayer games like Beat Saber, it's fine because it's nothing like too crazy that will overheat the system. It just blocks. You just hit them.
Right.
But when it comes to VR chat, you can run up to a player. Like I guarantee you, if Quest users could see PC users, there would be many cases of people crashing or like having super hardware issues, like or software or something. Like it would crash and probably blow up the
Totally.
Quest. Just, like, hi, you're a Quest user? Boom! I'm gonna blow up your system, dude. Like, it's like, I'm gonna blow you up, bro. You're dead.
Ironically, those people are probably PC users who have VR headsets.
True. Here's the one thing you gotta say about Oculus Quest though. You can't get crashed by a crasher.
Right.
Because it doesn't load them in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's like having maximum safety settings on.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to play VR chat and never crash, just play on a Quest, dude. But you can only play with other Quest users. I think every Quest user I met is pretty nice. They're like very new. They're like, "Oh, hi, what's up?" They're like normal people, like white collar people working as like lawyers and like doctors. Like, "Hello, I'm a doctor. What's going on?" And then like you're just like, "Yo, shut up, bitch! Like, where's your avatar? You're on a Quest. Get the hell out of my game." They're like, "What the hell?"
Dude, yeah, they're just getting the full brunt of like VR chat culture thrown at them in like 2 seconds.
Exactly. Feels bad, man, for them, but it's okay. One day they'll. I feel like for me.
Well, that's where the Quest Link is cool.
Yeah.
If you have a decent PC, then you literally just, it's a USB cable. You just plug it in, and now you have the equivalent of, a CV1 or a Rift S. Yeah. And, functionally, it's the exact same, which is cool. Now you have full access to VR chat. Just that as another barrier is having a PC that's capable of, running a VR headset, which is probably why you bought a Quest in the first place, but still.
Oh yeah, and they're also very cheap. Like they're way cheaper than getting an Index or a Vive is like half the cost. So like more people are more prone, and probably I treat VR like a console. Like you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna get the next PlayStation or whatever. But like for kids, they're gonna be like, oh hey dude, this is pretty cool. Let's buy an Oculus Quest for like. Because when you play like other games, like not VR chat, I feel like if you play like Rec Room or any other like a lot of VR title games, there's like a lot of kids. It's just like surprising. I'm like, damn, this kid's like 13 with VR, dude. When I was 13, bro, you had like you had like the Xbox, bro. You had like Xbox 360. You had like Halo 3. Like what the heck? So.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of why it's hard for me to chill out in like Rec Room, for example. That's why I'm a VR chat guy. Damn. It's just more my tone, I guess. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I never tried Rec Room, but like when I try to like look at other people just to see like an idea, like, it was like kids everywhere. I was just like, oh man. I have to be like PG, I don't want to be like, oh, yelling and screaming.
Right. Be like cursing up a storm, and then some dudes like, or some kids like, crying to his mom.
This guy online, he called me a doo-doo head. Or whatever.
One of my favorite things is to go into like, no, I want to say favorite things. Favorite things in Rec Room is to go into like a paintball match, and then just be super toxic, like I'm playing like CS:GO or Call of Duty or whatever. Because they've got VoIP there, so whenever you kill somebody, there was proximity voice chat, so they could hear you whenever, like after you kill them.
Destroy, dude.
Yeah, just be super toxic.
Oh my god.
Like, dog, get good.
Get good,
And then there's this kid like actually crying on the other side, like, what? That's not fair.
What?
So
like you're the big kid and everyone, it's like you go to like like paintball in real life and you're like the big kid, you're like the adult, and everyone else is like a 12-year-old playing for the paintball for the first time. You're just like mowing them down.
Right.
Same thing, basically. But anyway, have you tried other VR social games besides Rec Room, like Altspace, Lavender, Sanzar,
Yeah.
High
So I'll get
Fidelity?
into the good ones first. So
Oh,
I've
the good
tried
ones.
Sanser quite a bit.
Okay.
Sanser, dude, I see a lot of potential there. They've got it's full body tracking ready. The avatar system's pretty cool. I like the whole setup that they have. It's pretty easy to bring in your own worlds. One thing that, yeah, in general, it's like pretty cool.
Okay.
It's just same problem with Neos. Neos is amazing. They've got some really cool tech behind what they're doing, like really good IK, really good eye tracking, pretty intuitive controls to actually create worlds with assets that you bring in. It's kind of like Forge with like Halo with
Yeah.
Neos, right? Super cool. The problem is player base. If you got a 30 player peak every day, it's you lose. Like I come into VR chat to meet people and to have fun and to I could just, even if I don't want to talk to anybody on my friends list, I could just hop into the pug or you know Void Club or anywhere and just meet somebody new if I feel like it.
Yeah.
That option is kind of turned off for Sanser or Neos because there's a small player base, which is also cool in itself because you know everybody. But you know everybody, if that makes sense. um,
Yeah. It's very tight knit. You're just like, it's like, oh, it's the same
yeah,
dude I met
totally.
yesterday. I want to meet more people, dude. And you're just like, oh my god, a new
Yeah,
player.
exactly.
Oh man, freaking out.
Which I could totally appreciate both, or all of them, Sanser and Neos. I actually spent 6 hours in Sanser the other day with Disrupt and his whole crew. We were doing a video idea there, Last Man Standing, and that was pretty fun. We were just sitting on like an island that was created for 6 hours, and it was Last Man Standing. To like, you have to stay in VR, like in VR. You can't take off your headset for the entire time.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
awesome,
was
man.
pretty fun. I got to get like a really nice feel of what Sanser was like. Um, they have a pretty good monetization system too, because you create assets for Sanser, and you could buy it using their currency, and then so the Sanser devs get their cut, and then the creators get their cut as well. So there's a lot less of the ripping of assets like you have in VR chat. And say somebody spent 12 hours on a jacket for an avatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
You spent $1.50. Well, the dev, or not the devs, the creator of that asset gets a buck of that, which is cool. I think that's something that maybe it's controversial, but it could be implemented into VR chat in the future. I like that idea because these guys spend a ton of time creating assets and avatars and stuff like that. It'd be nice if they got a cut. Although we're not going to talk monetization quite yet, but I'll talk about a social platform that I don't like that I'm actually banned from.
Wait,
And
what? What'd
that's
you do?
Altspace.
Altspace?
Dude,
Oh, what'd you do in Altspace? Did
I'm
you flip
banned
off the?
from Altspace.
What'd you do? Make fun of the boomers there? Or what'd you do?
Yeah, for real, dude. Altspace is a boomer ass place. So I use full body, right?
Yeah.
If I have a chance, I'm going to use full body because you paid for it, whatever.
Yeah.
The last time I touched Altspace, there was full body support. So
Oh.
this was like a month and a half ago, and there was a big event. It's called VR Days. So like random people from the industry, whether it's like doctors or really just a bunch of people
Boomers.
that you don't normally talk to, kind of boomers, a bunch of people that you don't normally talk to. They're in this. They're giving like lectures, sort of, or like
Yeah.
talking about how they're implementing VR into their field, which is cool. So I was like, you know what, fine, I'll show face, and I'll show up. I saw some other VR YouTubers were showing up, so whatever. I'm in the very first lecture or session for like 15 minutes. I'm a full body user, right? So I've got this, like, I could just do that. Well, apparently, that is an instant ban in
What?
in that social app. Yeah, if you use any sort of play space mover, if you move your play space in game, it's an instant ban. And so like I was like I downloaded freaking Altspace. I wanted to like just show up to be nice or whatever to like show my support for these people, and I
The
get
hell?
instantly banned. So yeah, I was a little upset about that.
Why was that be bannable, dude? What the hell? You're just moving. What the hell?
I guess because whenever like PlaySpace Mover was a thing, or like SteamVR Advanced settings was first widely available, um, people were mainly during the Uganda meme session for VR chat, 'cause people would go into other games and then do the same
Yeah.
thing. They would, play Space Mover below the ground to where you can't click them to block them or to, move them out of the world, like the little
Oh.
instance. So they'd just be like memeing people in the
They
middle
don't
of
have
like
a social
professional
list, or
setting.
just click social and block them that way. What the hell's wrong with them?
Dude, they don't even have like gestures or like finger tracking at all.
Oh my
Like there's like
God.
you can't finger gun, you can't, you can't do anything. So
Dude,
that's one social app that I'm just not a part of because I don't present myself super. Maybe
It's
I don't present
literally
myself as
opposite.
like a professional. I don't
it's
know.
the opposite of Rec Room. It's the boomers, man. They're all the old people. sitting there.
Right.
Exact
Yeah,
opposite,
exactly.
man.
So that's one that I don't personally like, but that's also because I'm banned from it and I don't agree with how the devs are handling
What
stuff.
the hell, man? That's
But
silly.
Rec Room's cool. It's just not totally for me.
Yeah.
I see the huge potential in Sanser and Neos. I love what Neos is doing. Those guys over there are like super passionate about VR. So like I'm all for it. My heart's all there.
What about
Just
High
it's
Fidelity?
hard for me to use it daily. I've not used that. High Fidelity, is that another social app?
That one's made by I think it's the same people that made Second Life. It's like the VR version of
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I have not tried it personally. Have you?
it. No. Have you I tried Lavender. Do you know anything about Lavender?
Mm-mm. Pretty much the big, like, I guess 4 or 5 is all that I've
Okay.
tried, or like put any decent amount of time into. So, Answer, Neos,
Yeah.
Allspace, and VR Chat.
Lavender would be the next upcoming one. It's basically people from VR Chat that didn't like VR Chat, like the way the direction of like the development of the game was, so they decided to make their own called Lavender. And it was
Right.
in like beta. I had beta access because I don't know. I'm just signed up for like 6 months
Right.
ago, and I guess being a streamer helps too. And I played it a few times. It's very rough. Like it's basically trying to be like VR Chat, but like Gary's Mod mixed into it. So you know how you can have like a spawn menu and spawn
Oh.
like props and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I'm probably not gonna ever play Lavender is because they slapped a price tag on it, $20.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a big oof for like a social app.
Yeah, because I had beta access, and then like one day I like got a Steam message like your beta access has been revoked. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked and it's like, oh, $20. I'm like, wait, this game is like barely even functioning. They're telling me I have to pay $20. So like it should be.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
hard.
I think what they should have done is like it's just like in development. They're still developing it. They should have like developed the game for 2 or 3 years, have it more set up, then slap a price tag on it. Don't like have like 2 players in the game and then like, yo, give me $20 to play this game. You know what I mean? Like, how do you build a
Right.
community?
Well, dude, games like Neos, for example, like some incredible tech, like years of work behind it, with
Yeah.
some really talented devs. It's free, and they can't break sometimes 15 people a day.
Exactly. So how are you gonna
So
get Lavender?
imagine putting money behind it, or putting a
Exactly.
paywall there. I totally disagree with that. I mean, dude, VR Chat they don't have they have no monetization strategy at this point in time. There's no
Just
ads,
investments, man.
There's just investments, right? They've gotten 2 huge ones of a couple
10
smaller
million.
ones. Um, which is awesome for VR Chat. Just like there's no way to like it. I can imagine being in their shoes, trying to think of how are we going to turn this into a profit?
Oh,
and
I've already
not
came
kill
up
our
with
player base.
ideas.
I thought of a few ideas too. Do you have any like big ones?
I think the most non-intrusive one, which should just be use the loading screens as monetization. So like every player, every time you load into a
Totally.
world, you have a loading screen. And the loading screens right now are just like, don't do this thing, follow the rules. Like, Some like
Right.
me, I watched them like a million, or like looked at them those screenshots a million times, so nobody cares anymore. But like you could easily
Mhm.
have just like a website where you have like random ads on the side. It seems annoying, but at least makes them money, right? But just say with a
Right.
website, you can do the same thing in a video game. So when you load into a loading screen, a lot of I remember like Counter Strike and some other like servers would have that where like right when you press like the like start menu or whatever, like it would actually, or going into the server, it would have like commercials, like stupid shit that nobody cares about, but like it gets the money. And so what I would
Right.
do
Well,
is like have an ad or like just a screenshot of an ad, like, hey, you want to get it VR? Look, buy the Oculus Quest or something like that. Just a screenshot of like buy
mhm.
the Quest now or like whatever, or get the Index or like get the HTC Vive or like look leg trackers and stuff.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And like good targeted ads towards the VR community too.
Exactly.
Not like bullcrap, buy some Clorox bleach because you're in VR chat,
Me and dude, may need some bleach later, bro. After playing this game.
Right. No, well, you could also double down on that too. You have the ad service, but then you could also have like a Discord Nitro of VR chat. Say you have like, a customizable nameplate
Yeah, that's
that
what a lot of people
also
have
deletes
suggested.
ads for eight
Yeah.
bucks a month or something like that. People would totally do that, and it's an option. It's not in your face. Hey, you can't have effects if you don't have VR Chat Nitro or VR Chat Premium or whatever. It's you just get these small little benefits that
Hmm.
are nice, and you're supporting the devs, which I think that's cool. But I don't know if they're beyond that point because of their investment or what. But
I don't know.
regardless,
I gave some suggestions. Like it could be like non-intrusive at all. Like it could just be like you pay $5 a month and you get like more favorite world slots or friend group slots, or like I can favorite more
hmm
avatars, or maybe like a custom, like you said, the nameplate where it says like supporter rank or I don't know. You know what I
right. It's like,
mean?
or I want a pink nameplate. Well, pay $8 a month for it. It's your option.
Yeah.
You don't have to,
It
but
sounds.
you can.
Some people would disagree with it. I mean, like if it's not like really affecting the game so much, and it's just like a gimmick thing, most people probably
Right.
pay for it. Or like at the very least, VRChat could have a donation. Like I don't know if they have one. They should have like a donation link where it's just like you donate money, you don't get anything out of it. You just donate to help the game. I don't know if they
Right.
have one of
Yeah.
those.
Totally.
Great crowdfunding. So I don't know. Like there's definitely a lot of strategies people have come up with. Like I've done like 70 plus interviews now, but like a lot of people have always come up with ideas for what they should monetize and stuff like that. And I think like the ads and like just the nameplates and like little thingies like that are like fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with
Right.
that.
Totally. Yeah. Neither do I. I mean, you look at the game itself. It's free,
Yeah.
right? So, like many of us have thousands of hours or hundreds, or even if you have 60 or 100 hours in
Yeah.
like VR chat, um, you you've been doing this for free. It's just something that's offered to you. Like a lot of times the avatars are free. You could just go to an avatar world and people have spent time to rig these avatars up,
Exactly.
and it's totally free. So it'd be nice to at some point see some sort of payback to the devs and the creator of avatars, the creators of these things that we use all the time as well. Although I wouldn't sacrifice monetization for the integrity of VR chat either, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
But
I mean, there's one thing that looking at to actually monetize in this game is a couple months ago they decided to look into virtual economy. That was like
hmm
a thing that they posted a
through the
couple months.
marketplace.
Yeah, for the marketplace. So some form of like virtual currency. So I'm thinking like just like how other games where you pay $5 and you get 500 VR bucks. Now nobody knows what the hell you're going to use that money for, but I think it's just going to be paid assets. But like the problem is when you have this game, like 99% of it's stolen assets or things people don't own.
Right.
This gets into a really weird
Mm.
situation. The one place I know that it does work is the Japanese community, the virtual market, right? Because you go to the booths and each one you literally scan with like a phone or whatever, or just put the code in, and it goes to their booth and you just buy it. And everything in those markets, as far as I'm aware of, is made from scratch. All those Japanese shaders, models, whatever. So people
Right.
sell shaders and stuff like that and whatever all the time, but obviously it doesn't go to VR chat. It goes to the boof site in the Japanese community. It doesn't never goes in the pocket of the VRChat people or devs.
Right. Yeah, that is something interesting too. Is that you've got a lot of copyrighted content, and then a lot of things like MMD avatars, right? Or avatars, but models.
Yeah.
And so, how do you monetize something like that so that the people that have been, adding things to it, even if they add, say they take a base MMD, and then they go and add a bunch of stuff to it, spend hours on it. Still, technically, it's not their asset. So their initial asset. So it could get into some issue there. Like there could be issues there, but right now I think with the strategy that's been going on with like the zero monetization, is that it's you can't claim copyright because it's it's free use, especially because there's no money being made behind it.
I think the only way they could do something is if they like case by case basis, but like giving people access one by one. Like you had to prove that what you made is legitimately your own, and this would only affect a very small amount of creators. Obviously, it wouldn't affect like everybody, but I think they would have to start small. In my mind, I'd think of something like the virtual market, where instead of like, because virtual market's all like Japanese, just think of a world like that, where it's just like a hallway or a mall, and each stand or whatever, you walk in a little store and people just like, hey, you want to buy this shader or like avatar that they made from scratch, and they can prove, and they have the legal documentation, they can give to VRChat.
You throw your $5 down, and then now you have a shader on your avatar that looks cool.
Yeah, or you just download it or whatever, you get the link for it or password, whatever the hell they do it for it. But yeah,
well, in the ideal world, you'd just be able to literally click and buy, and then everything's done for you. You don't have to mess around in Unity. You don't have to mess around in Blender. You don't, you don't have to upload an avatar. It's just nice and easy. I think that maybe in like the years coming that'll happen, but it seems kind of far off right now, which is okay too. So it's no big deal.
Yes. It's definitely a touchy subject. Not a lot of people like know what they're gonna do. I mean, I would like to have like a virtual market that was like, imagine a virtual market that was like, it has a playlist just like how there is in VRChat, where it's like hot and stuff. And it's just like one that says market, and it's just a world, like a bunch of selected worlds that are pre-screened or whatever, and it's just a place you go and just where you buy avatars, where you buy assets, and like maybe if you're really well known or like up and coming, you could like apply, and then you get a slot, and they're like, oh dudes, I got my booth at the virtual market, dude, come take it out. And then like this person who like just did it for fun is now making like some money, and they double down, and then they start making quite a bit of money making avatars and giving because I feel like right now VRChat avatar creators and like people who make stuff in this game, it's all like, I don't know, Discord. Like you just talk to people in VRChat, like, you make avatars, like, yeah dude, and this is what I made, you want $10 question mark, sure, okay. That's like the transactions. Or like you go to like, I know there's like different like there's Discord set up that are obviously for like selling and buying avatars, and some people, but it's not regulated by VRChat, it's just random people, so like there's a chance of getting scammed or like all that bullshit. And like for me, I try to help my friends try to find people to like make avatars. So like a lot of people want stuff from scratch now. This avatar is made from scratch that I have. And it's very difficult to find people make stuff from scratch. There's only like 4 or 5 people I know, and they're all backlogged. Like they're all fucking, their list is done for like a year, dude. Like you can't get shit until like the mid of 2020. So like, if there was a place that was regulated by VRChat, then I could find more people that make stuff from scratch and be like, oh, here you go, just go to the market. Here you go, boom. Now you have like 50 people, and it encourages people to make stuff and get money and whatever, advertise them.
That's a really great looking avatar, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like this avatar, for example, like Hannah Quinn. I had the base avatar for this. I'm sure you've seen it around if you've been in VRChat for any period of time. I love the avatar just as the base from Hannah Quinn, and then I contacted them and said, hey, can I buy the base so I could edit it, so I could add my own stuff to it, and which that's cool too, but that's also like a niche little group of people that even care to edit, like edit avatars or go into like Unity and edit textures and whatever. But yeah, the from this ground up avatar creators, dude, that's super rare. That's a lot of talent too. Being able to do
Oh yeah,
that,
I know.
and they're expensive too, which makes sense because it's you know, that's a lot of work. It's from the ground up building an avatar is not an easy feat.
Well, yeah. Most people that make avatars from scratch have only been doing it for like a year, or they learn self-taught or like watching other people. So like, you're not wrong. It's very niche and very few people. At least I know a lot of people in this game. Maybe less than 10 people I
Mm,
know actually make stuff from scratch, and only a couple of them
right.
actually get business because they're like so well known. So I get what you're saying. I just think maybe if there was a market for it, or like more people would be willing to learn and like learn to trade or something. I don't know, because I feel like when I first started playing VRChat in December 2017, there's like no knowledge on how to do any avatar work at all. It was like Tupper's 3 hour long video and that was it. So like, and if you had the
Right,
patience to
totally.
watch that, that was it. But nowadays there's a lot more resources, but still there's still like a lot of people that just sort of do edits, and that's fine. But for someone like me, maybe I am that like rare client that like wants more um, from scratch stuff. But I remember
Yeah.
there is there's a world that was created called the Commissions Gallery. It was a player made world which has like a bunch of, it wasn't made from all from scratch, but it's just like a gallery. It was literally just showcasing people's models. You couldn't take any avatars. It's just like their armature, just like, you know, like stills, like statues
Mm,
of their avatars. And it would have all their Discord links, all their pricing, everything there. It was really, actually really cool. Like being like, oh, that's this person made this streamer's avatar or whatever. Oh, it's a really cool avatar, and then you just, you know, DM them and be like, yo, I want this made or whatever. And that's how it was. That's in my mind. I would like something like that. Just more people, more
right,
regulated.
totally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you make a really good point too, because if there's an incentive for, you know, making avatars and then making money for it, like, you know, from it, that's a huge incentive for people to, maybe they were into it before,
Mm-hmm.
but now, oh well, I could actually, like, you know, have a side income by doing something that I like and not just having all of my avatars stolen, because that's a huge thing. I know a lot of people, they'll go make assets and then, you know, within days it's stolen, it's, you know, it's gone, and then you have no credit too.
Yeah.
um so yeah, having a nice structured approach to that with a good incentive, dude, it's awesome. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, something really cool about VR chat is that if you spend enough time in VR chat, that is,
Mm-hmm.
like, say you spend 1,000 hours in, you know, Overwatch. Okay, you might have decent game sense, and you might have decent aim,
Mm-hmm.
but you spend 1,000 or 2,000 hours in VR chat. Odds are, at the end of it, you'll have like like a very basic introduction course to game design,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, learning how to model and learning how to texture, and then also you're being social while doing it. So that's also, there's just something really cool about VR chat that I love, is it's getting more and more people thrust into Unity and Blender and all these really cool
Yeah.
things that eventually they might be able to make a career out of it. Who knows?
Yeah, I wanted to take a comment from the chat here. Kermit, someone I've known from VRChat for a long time ago. He says, "I know people with clients that can steal avatars, even I in non-marked as public. So that means like if you're mark your avatar as private, tend to push
Mm,
creators away since the 100+ hours they could spend on an avatar would be taken from them in seconds. Sucks. Nice seeing you, by the way. I hope you're being good. But yeah, Kermit, you do have a good point there. Like I know of people. Well, I don't. They're not my friends, obviously, or anything like that. But I've been told by other users that there are clients that they can steal my avatar and your avatar right now, if not even in the same world. They can do
right.
that. Now, obviously, that sucks. I understand. Like, that's always a big issue. A lot of people always talk about this. I talked about it on my stream a million times about crashers and stealers and stuff like that. And obviously, it is a big issue, right? Because, like, you're selling a model for a couple $100, and then, like, someone steals it and then just gives it out to, like, the general public, and now your avatar is worth $0 because everyone has it. You know what I mean? Like, the base, or people
Mm,
rip it apart, and it's fucked up. Um, it's definitely a huge issue, and I know that it can deter a lot of avatar creators and stuff like that. And obviously, they would have to improve the security of your chat or whatever they have to do. Um, I know for me and my model, because it's made from scratch, and my model creator has the copyright law, like has everything all booked up. So if someone was to steal my avatar and like publicly like try and like sell it or whatever, they can get fucked. But like, you know what I mean? The average person doesn't have that type of protection. You know what I mean? So I get why,
Right.
you know, a lot of people are scared to like make models or even publish them. Like I know some people that make models, but they never put them into VR chat. Like they just sort of keep them as sort of like, I don't know, like their own personal thing or whatever, because they're
Yeah,
afraid of people
totally.
stealing it.
Well, and that's where like this whole structured thing comes about. If there was a structured marketplace or something like that, or even it's because right now, if you steal an avatar and you change it up and then you claim it as your own, you're already on that fine line where if it's found out that you're the one that did it, people aren't gonna like you, especially in the avatar creation
Yeah.
groups, right? Like I know many people that have gotten absolutely torn apart by people because they ripped an avatar or they
Yep.
edited an avatar that was ripped and then said, oh yeah, this is my avatar, and then it comes out, oh no, this is not your avatar, you changed 5 textures and added a shader.
Yeah.
So it's already kind of community driven, but I still see way too often people that are that put out really high quality avatars, they get ripped and then they're just done, like screw this,
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Same.
this anymore.
Same with a lot of world creators too. Like worlds don't really get stolen, I don't think, but they can. But like most people for world creators, all right, I just want to talk about worlds for a bit, but like Uh, every time VRChat updates, it breaks worlds and animations on avatars, so a lot of people just quit because of that too. But yeah, people do quit because of avatars being stolen. Kermit then says, they also need to crack down on the coding of the game. I've never heard of a game that can play on command blue screen another player for the game. They call that GPU crasher. It's scary. Yeah, there's Kermit. I don't know if you still play VRChat because you played it long back in the day when I did, like 2 years ago. But yeah, it's definitely a huge issue, my man. I 100% agree with you that like it's fucking sucks ass that like another player can walk up to you and just fucking not only crash your game, crash my VR, and also blue screen your computer. Like what the fuck? Like that's actually fucked. I don't know if they can melt your computer. I never heard of anyone actually getting them. Maybe it's like a really old computer, but usually it's just my game gets crashed and that's it. Before I upgraded my computer, I had people actually fuck with my like. It like broke my Steam VR, where I actually had to restart my whole computer just to get VR working again. Like I had that issue.
Wow.
So that's why a lot of people don't go to Publix anymore or Friends Plus. I mean, that's where you find all the crashers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, for a long time I wanted to only hang out in like public worlds because I
Yeah.
felt like if I didn't, I'm missing out on VR chat, because I don't get to interact with people, I don't get to talk to people. You know, if I'm
Exactly.
just with my friends, how am I going to meet more friends if I'm if I'm only with my current friends? And so I totally feel that. And then now you have, I can't even see someone's avatar that maybe they spent hours on because I have my safety settings on.
Yep.
Because if I don't have my safety settings on, not only will I have bad performance, but there's also the huge chance that I will get crashed just because somebody feels like it, which that sucks. But yeah, it's kind of a shitty situation. Especially feeling like I haven't been in like a public world for more than a few minutes in a while, which
Oh shit.
I don't know. Well, maybe I'm like exaggerating, but you know, I generally just hang out with friends, which it's funny how a while ago I laughed at that. It was like funny. It's like, oh, you don't even like public worlds. You just hang out in like private worlds in Friends Plus, and now I'm one of those people too. And you know, I don't like that dynamic.
Yeah.
But especially streaming too. I mean, you stream, like
Yeah, I stream every
trying
day.
to stream in a
2
public
years.
world is this is trying to stream in a public world is not only dangerous
You're
to
playing
you
with
and
you're playing with a loaded gun, honestly. At that point, you're just like,
yeah, and it's hard to, like, even if you make content out of it and it's funny and you get clips, it's like, dude, you can't let anybody know that you're streaming.
absolutely not.
Like,
I think if you're a YouTuber,
you
you might have a better chance because if something happens, just cut it out. You're like, oh, what the fuck, whatever, dude. Huh? Just cut it out. But like, as
right.
you're streaming, it's live, so someone's like, I'm gonna say it, dude. I'm gonna get you banned. type of thing. So
Right. Yeah, and then loot avatars too. Actually, the saying part isn't that bad because you
block them,
context
leave.
matters. So
Yeah,
if you
context
block them
matters.
or
Yeah.
mute them or you say, "Wow, that's terrible," but whenever somebody pulls out like a loot avatar right in your face, that's different because now it's in your video, it's in your VOD, especially if you archive your videos on Twitch.
Yeah.
So like, that's like the bigger issue that I've had. Not really personally, but
Yeah. Other
um,
people I know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, totally. So yeah, I don't know. It's it's like walking a fine line for sure.
Yeah. For me, it really depends on the world still. I could stream Publix. I just choose not to really anymore. I go like if I'm off stream,
Mhm.
I go to Publix friends. I don't give a shit. I can do whatever the hell I want. But
Oh,
if I
totally.
if I
Yeah.
was to still stream this game in terms of Publix, if I wanted to go to Public right now, I wouldn't go to the popular worlds. I wouldn't go to, like the Great Pug or whatever. I'll go to like worlds that are very what do you call it, like not as popular. Now sure, people still can stream snipe. They're like, oh, he's in this very unpopular world. Hi, easy clap.
Mm,
I'm gonna stream snipe.
right.
There's still gonna be those people, but for me, I've kind of have like a sixth sense where I can just tell like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Like block his ass. But most
Right.
of the
Yeah.
time, I find more decent people if I go like Japan Shrine or like a world that like probably has more decent human beings than going to like the like free
Yeah.
box
Totally.
or whatever. But like it really depends. Some world like a lot of crashers go to more popular worlds. If you're streaming, obviously you're a target too. But if you're not streaming, if you're just a normal guy who plays this game, guy or girl, just go to like lesser known worlds and like you very rarely ever meet like a piece of shit. Like you can have a decent time.
Right.
It's just streaming is different
Well,
because it's live. So
right. One thing that's fun too is hopping into just going spotlight and
yeah.
seeing what maps are not necessarily popular, but what's like
Mhm.
what is spotlighted by VR chat, and then just world hopping that way. That's another great way to go public worlds too, because a lot of times those worlds only have 1-2 people in them, and you get to see some really cool creations too.
Exactly.
You get 20 people asking, "Hey, what world is this?" So well,
Mhm.
maybe they'll check it out next. It's cool.
Mhm. I got another comment from Kerman. I'm reading a lot of his stuff because he's one of my old pals. He says, "At the end of the day, though, I still play not as much, but this game will always be fun with the right friends surrounding you. I have a good feeling VR chat will take off again the next 1 to 3 years once VR chat becomes more mainstream." Yeah, VR chat's always gonna be fun if you play for friends, like in friends worlds, private worlds, whatever. Like, if I had my old friends that used to play it 2 years ago get on today, I'll have fun all the time. That's what made VR chat fun, was just like the friend group I was a part of. Um, VR chat returning, I think once Unity 2018 and Udon comes out, which is like it's an alpha right now. So like early
Mm,
2020 or mid 2020, I think VR chat will have a resurgence. Again, I don't know about Publix and Friends World or Friends Plus. I that's like the Wild Wild West. I don't know if that'll ever be fixed. I think they would have to like somehow implement some really hard security system where like if you have an avatar that has, because right now you can edit the SDK and like make it 1 million limit or what the fuck you want and like have like a million lights on your avatar and it loads it. I
right.
feel like in a perfect world there should be like a hard system where you can't crack and code it somehow where like if you have more than X value, it just your avatar doesn't work in the game. It just doesn't function. Nobody loads your avatar. I mean they kind of have that for like what's it called Damic Bones and like a few things like lights or something, but nothing really else. They need to like have that for other sides of VR chat. Like I don't know. I feel like because what crashes are, it's just a shader. It's just a shader or like a mass amount of particles in a very small, dense little circle or something like that. And I feel
Mhm.
like that's all you have to do is somehow figure out a system that can't be cracked, where you can't edit it and make a million polys spawn in the world. If you can set that up somehow, I know it sounds like
Right.
I know it sounds like oh you just solved the Enigma code or whatever, dude, or whatever. But like I feel like I don't know.
Right.
There should be just a very simple system that like if you bypass if I think there should just be a hard safety setting in VR chat that all players have where like if there's suddenly a million shit that pops in your screen, it just turns it off. Like you just go safety mode, like it just fucking turns your shit off, dude, or something. I don't know.
Right.
Because then it would deter crashers, and all the crashers like, oh, what the fuck? No, I can't crash people because then VR chat just, doesn't load my shit anymore.
Right. Yeah, totally. In terms of VR chat coming back, like if you look at Steam charts and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah,
even
player
just
base, yeah.
world pops, like dude, VR chat's been pretty pretty stable.
It's actually increasing. It used to be about
Yeah,
5,000, well, just about 6,000 in summer. Now it's 6,700, so it's increasing over time.
right, totally. I've seen the sentiment even in my Discord and stuff. People talking about how, VR chat is dead or it's dying. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, have you also look at World Pops, dude? They've been really good. You like sometimes you'll look at some of the most populated worlds. You see 700 people in there, 500 people in there, 300.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I don't. Of course, VR chat goes in waves because it's such a great content creator. For it just like breeds content. You got people, you got an open platform, and it's literally just like a playground to make what you want out of it. So
Exactly.
as we see with like Uganda Knuckles, right?
Mhm.
Certain memes pop up, and then our player pop just
Ricardo.
goes through the roof. Yeah, Ricardo meme. Um, so yeah, I I think that that's not another reason why a lot of changes are pretty slow in VR chat as well, because they don't want to lose the flavor of VR chat. What makes it so special, which is that maybe it's the the roller coaster of player pop that we get. Maybe it's the memes that pop up and are all over the place for 3 weeks or a month. Uh, but still, like that's part of the reason why I like VR chat, and then it's also part of the reason why some people don't, if that makes sense. But I've been pretty happy with how things have been going in terms of actual players in VR chat. I'm happy with this game and this app because it's probably sold so many headsets,
Oh
gotten
yeah,
so many people into
thousands,
VR
dude.
because yeah, thousands and thousands. So it's easy. It's an easy sell for me. Hell yeah, I'm all on board with VR chat. It's getting more people into into the thing that I like, because they buy a headset, whether it's
Mhm.
WMR, whether it's an Index with full body tracking, doesn't matter. They buy into it for this game, and well, okay, you want to go play Pavlov? Cool. You want to go, play Boneworks? That's awesome. It just gives more people, brings more people into the thing that I love. So yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I feel like, okay, I think a lot of people when they say like the game's dead or whatever, I think it's just
Mm-hmm.
because of the mentality of how the game is. When I started playing the game, it was all about Publix and Friends Plus, and now no, Friends Plus wasn't even a thing. It's just Publix and Friends worlds, and like I could open my social menu and join anyone that I really wanted to. It's very rare that you would ever find someone in a private world back then, 2 years ago.
Right.
Nowadays, the game is swapped where like everybody's in a private world. I mean, sure, I could like find probably a couple friends that are in like Publix or friend world, but most people are in private worlds doing their own thing. Either they're just talking to their friend in front of a mirror or whatever they're doing. Just that I feel like people that say this game is dead haven't adapted. They still have the old mindset of like, I don't know, always going to Publix or always going to friends worlds, and they're trying to get into a world, or like, especially as like a streamer or content creator, right? Like a lot of streamers rely on other people or other interactions with other people, whether that's random or if they're friends. And when they play this game nowadays, they're like, "Oh man, I can't get into any of my friends' worlds, man," or like, "Oh gosh, like there's no content anymore. Or, this game's dead." And it's like it's not dead. The game has lots of players. It's just that you haven't adapted. You still have that old mindset from when this game was booming and thinking like, content was just sort of milking itself. And nowadays you have to like apply yourself. What I mean by that is like, I made this talk show. I do this every day. No one told me to do this. I did it because I wanted to. This is me making my own content. I don't rely on the game or really other players to like come to me. I sort of come to other players and invite them to the show. That's what I do. So I feel like a lot of people who are content creators get stuck in the mentality that like they have to be around other. Oh shit! I think he crashed. Other streamers or whatever. Hold on, we'll get him back in here. Well, that's awkward. Hold on. Yeah, he crashed. He's not even online anymore. Oh shit. F. Uh oh. He died, dude. I was talking his ear off, dude. He died. Don't worry. But I think he crashed, dude. Oh shit. I'm gonna crash too next. Oh shit. F, don't worry, we'll get him back in here. He's not online yet. So he hard crashed like the whole game, not just the lobby. Yeah, thanks so much for the follow, Shogun. How you doing? I'm good. Dev should make SDK just guide to show how good you're. Oh, they already have that, dude. When you first upload your avatar with the current SDK, it actually shows you how good your avatar is before you upload it. That's actually already in the game. When you upload your avatar in VRC, it should go through some other check up that players can't mod the SDK. Yeah, it'd be some sort of like second measure check where like when you load into your avatar, like if your avatar just has like a hard whatever, you know what I mean? Like not part of the SDK, but like just like in the game, if your shit's like 1 million polys, which I don't think your avatar should be 1 million polys. Like what the fuck is that shit? Or like 50 materials or something like ridiculous, or like a million particles or something hidden on the avatar that it detects it and just turns it off, and or just like doesn't allow you, or just says like error, you can't use this, you know what I mean? Hi. I have a good thing to say. I believe your chat should use the content warning feature in the SDK. Oh, they do have that, dude. When you upload an avatar, if your avatar is rated very poor or even poor or medium or whatever, it tells you exactly what your avatar is before you He's getting in right now. I just accepted his invite. When you upload your avatar, it tells you what your rating is, and it'll tell like, yo, lower the poly count or like, whatever. I'm talking about like the content of the avatar, like NS, lots of work gore. Oh, I mean they have filters like gore and not safe for work, but no one ever checks them. Like you know what I mean? No one ever goes like, oh yeah, my avatar is nude. Why would I purposely check that?
Have you ever had anybody crash in the middle of your show before?
Oh, I think one time. I was talking my ear off. I was talking your ear off, and he just died. I was like, oh shit, he's actually dead.
All right, there we go. Okay, we're good. What an oof.
We're talking about like I don't know, I was just reading chat talking about like avatars and stuff. Like crashers and like limiters on crashers and stuff.
Right. I tend to, it's kind of hard for me to like talk super crazy about limiters and like what the devs should do, because even though I know my way around the SDK and Unity in general, it's I assume that they know far more than I do, and they don't do things for certain reasons. I could be totally wrong though. You know what I mean? Like giving them a little too much credit or something. I don't know, but because it seems like easy, right? It's like, oh, well, just do this, and then we won't have this problem anymore.
Just do that, man. Come on.
Right, but why wouldn't it already be done if it was that easy?
I don't know. I had another guest on called Shauna Plays, and he's a programmer for 12 years, and he knows way more about programming than I ever would. I have a degree in interactive media design, which is making websites, which is not game design, but
Totally.
I know a little bit. Anyway, he talked about how VRChat in its current build, the reason why the game's so laggy is because there's 3 versions of your avatar right now and 3 versions of my avatar right now. So there's the one that you see. There's the one that's there's 3 versions. So one of them is the one you see like me right now. The second one is your shadow. So every world has like the shadows, right, which is just like the black silhouette or whatever, and it follows you. That has to copy your avatar and just like place on the floor. That's the second version of your avatar. And the third one is the camera. So the camera is another version of your avatar. So that's why this game's so laggy, because there's 3 versions of you right now and 3 versions of me. That's 6 versions of me. That's 6 people in this world technically. So when you used to have people, you used to have like 60 people in the game, you're like, hell yeah. And now like, after the update, they screwed it up. Now 60 times 3 is 180. So that's why like you can't function with 60 people in the world, because it's just too laggy.
Right.
3 versions of every avatar. So that's a fuck up.
Makes sense.
And they're gonna fix it in Unity 2018. So whenever that comes out, next week or this Friday or whatever. But yeah.
Right. Oh, I'm pumped for sure.
Yeah. Kermit says
So,
it's
oh,
truly
go ahead.
sorry, yeah, it's truly a sight to see how many phases per se VRChat has gone through over the past 2 years since I've been in it. Yeah, there's been a lot of changes to VRChat. Like I remember in the early days, there's a lot of issues too. There was like an audio bug where like if you had an avatar that played like a gunshot or whatever, like it would swap the audio of like of your ears of everyone in the world. So like you just literally
Mhm.
pull out a gun and everybody's audio is fucked up, and you're just like, what the fuck? Who did that, man? So
Right.
there's a lot of issues like that. Or I remember back then, I remember crashing like 10 times a day on average.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Wasn't
I'm
because of
actually surprised I
crashers.
crashed in here.
Oh yeah, it might be like I
This is
think it
like a
was like
super
yeah, it's
super
like nothing.
optimized world.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
nothing in this world, dude. Um,
One of the
yeah,
few times I'm seeing 120 frames in VR chat.
nice, dude. The audio bug, yeah, I remember
um,
people abusing it and could make the thing deafening. Oh yeah, true. And like when chairs found out people could like create chairs on avatars, and people abused it by like making like the whole world one big chair, and then you couldn't get off the chair and you're just stuck. Now chairs are back, but they limited it so you can
right.
only have four now. Yeah.
It's also interesting that you talk about how many faces VR chat has gone through, because the team is actually pretty small too.
Of
It's a,
course.
I mean, what? There's 12 people max right now.
I don't know.
You know, it's a pretty small team for what they. Pretty cool though. But
I think the team's like 20. I don't know. I couldn't count, but I know that
right.
some of them aren't like game designers or whatever. Some of them are just making the website. Like they just
Yeah,
like someone
totally.
like it, with my degree where they just work on the website. So I don't know if that really counts as the team if you're just working on the website.
Right.
That's not the game part, but whatever. Um, I think they also a lot of people that are getting hired recently are people that played VR chat. So like Noe was
Mm,
someone that made shaders. It was a shader I used, and then they work at VR chat.
right.
So there's that. There's definitely people that played VR chat. They were like the early day, um, whatever you want to call it, like avatar creators or world creators, and now they work at VR chat. I don't know if I 100% agree with like hiring people like that because I don't know if they have degrees or what. Like you just could be someone that made a world and be like, oh yeah, I did that. I want people that are like qualified.
Right.
But I mean, if they know what they're doing and they're passionate for this game, I guess whatever. But me personally,
Yeah, totally. Um, yeah, I feel you there for sure.
well, we'll see.
um, so what is? Sorry, this is an interview of me, but I'll ask you a question. So like, I'm always interested in what VR chat has done for people because I know I talk to a lot of people where VR chat is opened up a whole social side of them that they didn't know they had before, or um, you know, it allows them to feel social even though maybe they have a hard time interacting with people IRL. So like, I'm kind of curious. Like you've been in VR chat for 2 years now, right? Your
Yeah, over two
anniversary
years.
just came up for VR
Yeah,
chat.
I'm an old man.
Uh, what is that right, like what has it done for you? Like what it keeps you coming back. You're in it. You're like not only that, but you also create content within VR chat so that you're also a step above that. What has it done for you, man?
What was VR chat have done for me? Definitely got me out of my shell. Like, okay, I used to be a YouTuber years ago. I tell this story many times, so I'm like too long didn't read version. I used to be a YouTuber. I made YouTube
Right.
videos for a few years. I used to do Let's Plays, and that was just whatever because I was inspired by other YouTubers. I went to college. I only just recently graduated and going back in January. But in 2017, 2 years ago, I found out about this game because of streamers and YouTubers, and I was just like, "What the hell is this game?" Before Gun Knuckles was the thing, and I started playing because I saw it
Right.
as a way. When I first initially played this game, I saw it as a way to make content. I was like, "Oh, this game! I knew this game's gonna blow up. This game's gonna be awesome." I recorded
Mm,
everything I did, but I didn't make a single video until like 2 years later
right.
because I was having more fun playing this game than wanting to make videos. If I made videos back then, I probably would be like a 1 million Andy, you know, I want to be a 1 million subs or some shit like that. Because I was at the very beginning, or at least a substantial
Right.
large channel
Totally.
or whatever. But I didn't care about making content, so to speak. I mean, I played a character. I played a character called Kenny K. Kona, which is the hillbilly redneck. It was just a voice I did. I was like pretending. I was like kind of like pretending I was playing GTA 5 RP, but like in VR chat.
Right.
I was just playing a character constantly, and it was funny. But for me, for VR chat,
Yeah, totally.
how's it affected me is I've made friends in this game, online friends that I have cherished, and like I feel like are better than like my real life friends. Like I know these
Yeah,
people a lot more, and
absolutely.
it's kind of like a second family, you know, I had online night friends before. We just played COD or Halo, and that was it. It was just like Xbox friends. You're like, oh, let's play Halo. Now it's like I take these
Right.
friends, like I plan on going to conventions with them, hanging out, do video calls,
Hmm.
voice calls all the time. So I guess in a way, despite all VR chat's flaws and issues, this game has like created me second life, so to speak, or what do you want to call
Yeah,
it. Like I
totally.
have other friends. I have content I produce on a day-to-day basis in terms of streaming, and people are inspired. So VR chat
Yeah.
has evolved, and like without this game and without all this, I would probably just be focusing on college and getting a job and playing games on the side as a meme or whatever, as a joke or fun.
Yeah, totally. I feel you there. I know personally, I've gone off the deep end of VR chat, as many people have.
Yeah,
Um, you get into VR chat, and then you slowly have your friend group build, um, um, so on and so forth. But I know, what are the chances, right? You go to Starbucks or wherever, or you're like in college in class, just hanging out, and you're meeting friends, whatever.
yeah,
What are the chances that you're gonna meet somebody that is interested in VR, in gaming, computer stuff, Twitch culture and YouTube culture, and then has like a Discord? What are the chances that you're gonna meet all five of those requirements in like IRL?
rare.
Fat fucking chance, dog. Fat, right?
Unless it's on like
Fat
some
chance that
Tinder
you're gonna
date,
meet
dude, and you write
somebody.
all that shit on there or something. I don't know.
Dude, I'd go buy Tinder Premium right now and super like that
Yeah,
if I saw
right.
somebody with those
Fucking
requirements there.
right, dude. If you
No, but
rotate on your
like,
Tinder,
what are the
dude, that's how you get
chances?
fucking left swipe, dude. Plays VR, plays a waifu in the
Exactly.
game. What the fuck?
Hey, on my Tinder, I just put video editor.
Oh, okay.
It looks more official. No, but like what are the chances? Fat chance. But you're in VR chat. If you can open yourself a little bit and just talk to people and be a cool dude, don't be a fucking creep. All of those requirements are met. People
Yeah.
like gaming, people like VR, people are into Discord and YouTube and Twitch culture pretty much automatically. If you're going to meet somebody in VR chat, they're in the culture. You are too. And so that's something really cool about VR chat. And I can't find something that replicates this. Is that you're like you're just around people that are into the same things that you are, which is amazing. It makes that first step
Hmm.
of making friends easier, because you already have five things that are in common, or maybe three of them, but still, you already have things that you're in common with them. You're passionate about certain things, or you're obviously you are, because you wouldn't be sitting just spending your time in VR chat. You'd be playing Overwatch or Call of Duty or CS:GO, or watching Star Wars. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
think that's just like a super cool thing. You automatically have that initial connection that you're passionate about these four things that are
Yeah.
kind of niche. Let's be honest. And then whenever you find all those things in common, it's like super niche. It's like a special kind of person.
Yeah. And then you date them and you
But yeah,
collect the waifus.
right? Hell yeah! You know what
Hey,
I'm
hey,
talking
man.
about.
Hey, I collected 151 waifus, bro. Go to the presentation room. Plus, go to the waifu hunting 2019 picture. That was me, bro. That was me in front of the 151 waifus, bro. So I already did that
Right?
shit. So, yeah. Exactly. The Infinity waifus, man. I went on the Grand Hunt. Wasn't that hard. Um, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, VR chat has like that, the niche hobbies, and then you play this game and you find other people that like you. You know, people that like anime, that like reading manga, that like video games, like VR, and doing that
Exactly.
stuff. So that's why like a lot of people make good friendships because you already find people that already have similar interests. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for like certain games. If you really like StarCraft and met someone playing StarCraft and you just share the
Right.
same interest, you know. But in the real world, it's a bit
Totally.
different, you know. It's a little bit harder to find people with the same interests, especially on like dating apps and stuff like that. But VR chat in this game, you know, you can have those same interests. So
Right. Well, you meet somebody playing online in StarCraft, or like maybe like in like a Discord server nowadays.
yeah,
Back whenever StarCraft and StarCraft 2 were out, you just met on BattleNet. But
Skype, bro.
you like meet like you like meet somebody there, and you're talking through it back in the day TeamSpeak, right? Just talking to them. But here, I'm able to look at
Fly
you.
away.
Oh, that's right. Lose my tracking. I'm able to look at you and fly away. I'm able
Exactly.
to. It's a whole different type of social interaction, which is pretty special and something that certainly changed my life. I know that.
Exactly. Well, we're over an hour now, but we'll take like one or two questions in the chat. But I wanted to read something. So, Kermit says, I can pitch into that question too. The game has helped me to be more social and more outgoing. That's a big thing. I've suggested this game to friends of mine who are socially inept and don't go the whole social thing too well. This game does that too well. Yeah, I've talked about this many times. Where like I feel like people who struggle with going outside in real life, like really introverted people or like antisocial or depression or whatever, playing VR chat can help cope with that or find people that are in similar situations and people can relate to each other. I've interviewed someone recently, Shauna Plays again. I'm mentioning him again. He has Asperger's or what they like to call SP, and he's met other people with autism and Asperger's because of VR chat, and they like made a community together and stuff like that, and they talk about it and hang out. So that's actually really cool. So
Nice. Yeah, that is really cool.
yeah, so like VR chat, I always, if you watch my stream a lot, I don't know if you do or not, but for anyone that ever does, they know that I shit in this game sometimes and joke. But like at the end of the day, this game has definitely changed my life and a lot of people's lives. So like, no matter how much I poop on this game or make fun of it or whatever, it has done a lot of good in this. You know, like yeah, there's crashers and stealers and malicious people, but at the end of the day, man, like it's changed people's lives, and some people like I've actually gotten married in real life because of VR chat or engaged at the very least. Like that's crazy to me.
Really? No way. That's awesome.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
most
I
recent
actually
one.
met my current girlfriend in
Oh.
VR chat as well. So here, go ahead though.
Odom Fire and Libidosity. I don't know if you know them, but they've been dating for I don't know a year or two now, and they've
hmm
uh, engaged now. A VR chat.
Wow, that's incredible, dude.
Who else? I think the guy who does all the compilation stuff, Foxy FOI, that guy on YouTube, he's married now.
hmm
I don't know if he met his girlfriend from VR chat, but I think so. I'm not too sure, but he's married. I think maybe one or two other people told me. I don't remember their names, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I actually I'm not sure if you guys have met Lydian, Lydian Melody. Super cool guitar player. I just attended her VR chat wedding like a few weeks ago. It was a super awesome experience. That was my first VR chat wedding that I that I went to, but that was a really cool experience. It was fun.
I've been to too many VR chat weddings to remember them all. I've been like 100. I feel like every day was
Right,
somebody getting married and they break up like a week later. So I don't even know if any of them were like even half legit, but some of them are. You know.
right. VR. I don't want to. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, it's kind of cool meeting up with some friends that I met in VR chat, including, like I said, my girlfriend in just a
Yeah.
few weeks. At like a big gaming convention too. So that's fun. Like I
Nice.
wouldn't have that opportunity without VR chat.
Of course. Anyway, we'll take a question or two from the chat. So if anyone has any questions, if not, I have a backup plan. I always have extra questions to ask. Some people are like, "Oh God, he's asking questions." Oh God, I can't think of anything.
Right.
Or Thriller Eye, yeah. But I don't know. There's a
I
lot of
mean,
experience. Sorry, go ahead.
While we're waiting, what got you into VR? Like, what was the initial? What was the kick in the pants? Like, what was there a video or like a an ad or whatever?
You mean to
like
get into VR chat or just
what?
VR?
Just VR in general. Yeah.
For me, I never really cared about VR until VR chat, and I when I first played this game, I was in desktop for a month, and then I was a part of Team
Right.
5, and because of that community and that team, and I was a part of it, I streamed, and I had everybody else in the team, or at least a couple people at the time, were getting VR and funded
Mm-hmm.
from the community. So I put up a donation goal. It was just like, hey guys, I'll get VR. Here's my thing. Here's the goal. And within 1 month of playing VR chat, I got VR, and I have still the same Oculus Rift that I use to this day. So it was funded by the community, and
Nice.
I
That's
wanted,
super cool.
yeah, I wanted to get VR because everyone else had it, and I'm fucking desktop mode, and everyone else is in VR and punching.
Right.
And the first thing I did when I first got VR and loaded in VR chat, I really went up to someone and just fucking clocked him in the head. Obviously, I didn't
Just
do anything. Yeah, I really wanted to punch somebody really hard, and they're just like, "What are you doing?" I'm just like, "Nothing." I'm just like, oh, it's so cool, just like punching people, and then after a little while, and then started, getting gestures and figuring out you can spawn guns and whatever, and
Right.
yeah. Favorite?
Speaking about punching and stuff like that, do you have that like same experience where you find it like super rude when like people like walk through you?
Oh, you
You know
mean
what I
like
mean?
Phantom Sense?
Sort of, yeah, but like I don't have like phantom sense per se. Like if somebody's like touched my leg, I don't like feel it. Right?
Oh, you just mean like, what are you
But
doing? The fuck you doing, bro? What are you touching my leg?
right. But like say I'm like standing up, talking to somebody, and then somebody just like walks right through me, like a desktop user or whatever.
Oh,
Like
I
do you?
see.
It's like kind of like
Um,
rude, I guess.
Whenever I play VR chat, I usually walk around people as if there were collisions on them. But there's
Mm-hmm.
definitely been people that just walk right through me. When I'm in the middle of a
Mm-hmm.
conversation, so I'm talking to somebody, and then somebody just like walks right through me. I don't get like pissed off, but it obviously is just like, okay, like, what are you doing, bro? You can just walk around me, dude. Like,
Like, bruh.
come on, dude. Or
Right.
sometimes people stand inside of me, and then like they talk to somebody next to me. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what?
I feel you there. Yeah.
Uh, favorite pizza toppings? I don't know, bacon, sausage.
I like mushrooms and onions.
Oh, okay, yeah, onions, mushrooms. Do you think VR chat should support more trackers? Neos VR supports up to 10 trackers, so there's like videos I saw like recently, like last week, where like people have knee pads and elbows and all that shit, and I'm just like, whoa, dude. I mean, that looks really cool, but I don't know if it would work in VR chat too well because of how laggy it would be and how much like the network IK would have to like really struggle.
So like what I see my tracking as, say I pull up my stream camera,
Mhm.
it looks pretty damn good. But then to you or to anybody else
Yeah,
or
it's
the
like
camera,
cuckoo.
it doesn't look nearly as good. There's some latency there. The IK is just not there. It doesn't look the same. So I don't see the point in 10-point full body tracking at this point in time. Maybe in the far future, but even that Neos video, it was a local camera, so you're seeing what's local. It's not
I see what you're saying. Like other
you know
players to see something else. So local.
right
I
exactly
guess
because
yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I mean the next update for Unity 2018 will improve. So like me watching you dance.
the IK update looks awesome.
Yeah, so it'll get improved, but I think for now, I think the devs even said they're not going to really increase the trackers from 3, so like the 2 feet and the hips, and I agree with that for
Right.
now. I think for the future they would. I don't know, man. I've heard that like the more trackers you have, the more lag increases between players, and like if I can't even see what the hell you're doing anyway, like just going to be local.
Right.
So maybe in the far future,
Then you
maybe
get
in
into
a
like
year or two.
avatars that are supported for like
Yeah.
10-point tracking. Oh my
this
gosh.
avatar's only for 10-point tracking, dude. It's like, okay.
This avatar, for example, I'm not sure if it's happened during the stream, probably, but like the shoulders roll forward, the hips get messed up, and you just can't find avatars unless you make your own and you are very good at doing it, it's kind of hard to make an avatar that works really good with full body tracking for your body, because it has to be, if you really want something
Proportionate.
really well made, it has to be to your body as well.
This is to my
But,
body.
yeah.
What do you mean? I look like this in real life. I'm even saying.
Oh yeah, dude.
Totally.
I mean, pretty fine. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, thanks. What would you recommend for players that do not have any avatars and don't want to feel left out? What do you mean, like people that don't have don't have their own avatar? You can just go to Worlds and find them, whatever you want. Honestly.
Yeah, there's only a few avatars that people are gonna judge you for, and those are the meme ones, like old memes. Say you like hop into a world with like a Knuckles meme, like right, like a Knuckles avatar now, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, new user, visitor, whatever, or user. But if you just go to like, I don't know, go to Hannah Quinn's world, or go to
Yumi or whatever.
Yeah, anybody's world where they've got cool looking avatars.
There's popular avatar
that you
worlds.
like.
You can find there's popular avatar worlds if you go to the avatar tab, and a lot of them are pretty. Maybe you can find someone that has the exact same avatar, but I mean they're good and decent. There's nothing wrong with a lot of them. And if you want something that's unique that nobody has, then either you have to make it yourself and you Frankenstein your own TDA or MMD, or you pay someone. But to have like an avatar that you want to represent, you could probably find something. There's tens of thousands, if not a million avatars in this game. You just gotta look. Just take the time out of your day to like take 30 minutes, go for all the avatar worlds, or just search for something like, oh, I want to be a Master Chief or something, dude. Guarantee you can find in this game, or Star Wars or whatever.
Right. If I'm really bored and I'm just sitting at my PC, I'll just hop in desktop mode and then just go avatar search. Maybe you'll find something that you like, love, or super identify with, which that's like a big part of VR chat, is identifying with your avatar. Whether you want to be a big titty anime chick or you want to be a trash can, you could be anything that you want, and like don't take that lightly. You could be anything. Which that's okay. That's also part of like the thing that like if somebody asks me what VR chat is, because I get a lot of people, especially because I like make content full time. That's what I do as my job. People ask, like, I have like family members pop into my stream every now and then, be like, "What is this?" And I just be like, this is VR chat. It's a really cool place where you could be anything. Like I said, you could be a trash can, you could be Kermit, you could be anything. It's fucking cool. That's all. It's hard to explain it, but yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll start closing down the show now because we've been going over for an hour and 17 minutes. But before we end this, there's two things we have to do. First, I'll put the camera on you if you want to plug yourself, anything you got working on, any projects, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want to shout out. Sure. You can plug yourself, my man.
Yeah, so I am on YouTube at Thrillseeker. And that's, I do the Tuesday Newsday thing. I, hello and welcome to Tuesday Newsday. I do all that. I also I stream on Twitch, like, 3-4 times a week. Usually in VR chat, it's kind of like a just chatting stream, but sometimes I do some other crazier stuff like, dancing or whatever, or Boneworks more recently. But, yeah, so Thrillaloo on Twitch and Thrillseeker on YouTube. I make videos all the time. That's what I do full time now. So yeah, if you love VR, go ahead and check it out.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Again, Thrill. Is it Thrill Seeker or just Thrill? Like, what would you want to be called by?
So I'm Thrill. Like, that's what I go by for the past few years. But Thrill Seeker is also what I call like my audience. It's the idea is that you can do things in VR, whether it's VR chat or some other crazy game. You could do things in VR that you can't do in real life. So anybody can be a thrill seeker. You could jump out of a plane. You could save the world from a robo apocalypse. You could do anything that you want. You could have giant tits and love it and dance.
What do you mean?
You know, you.
know
So
what you're
that's what I'm saying.
What do
No, and I love it though. I love it though. And so that's the idea. You could be a thrill seeker in VR. Things that you can't do IRL. That's the
Yeah.
idea behind the name. And Thrill has just been my name forever. But yeah, so that's that.
All right. Well, on that note, I appreciate you again, Thrill, for stopping by and hanging out with
For
me and
sure.
talking about VR and the future and community and all this good stuff. So I appreciate it, my man. If you want to come back for another interview at some point later in whatever 2020 or something like that, or you want to come back for a podcast, which is where I have multiple guests, not just one, and then we talk about more broader subjects, not just about you. You know what I mean? Because interviews are more personal.
Right.
Podcasts are more broader.
Yeah, definitely.
subjects. But yeah. One next thing
I'd be
before
way
you
down
go
for sure.
is that we have to take a selfie together, and then you can be on your way. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I take a picture of every guest, and then I hang it on the wall. I'm just turning off the chair so I don't do a gesture and then like it flips out or whatever. Wow, the picture is literally just my thighs. Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly what everyone wants, honestly, in this game. But anyway, you ready? I gotta hear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Always take two, by the way. There you go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate
Sweet.
it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. we both appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
Awesome.
All right, I'll see you later. If you want to go in there, you can look at all the people I've interviewed. If you want to check that for a second.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Jack it, ship it. Of course. All the people I've ever interviewed. That fish is drumsy, by the way. No one can ever guess that.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I had a blast. It was a really good time.
No,